Hello, I'm late. I'm late for my live stream that I said was going to be at 6. I'm a few minutes late, so. What the heck? Man, the lighting's really weird in here. Must be because of I don't know, maybe the haircut's doing it. Hello, Near Far. Hey, how are you liking the song? It seems like you like it. Hello. Happy accident, yeah? That's good. How's it going? Just hanging out. Haven't really done much for this release day. Man, at the beginning of this album, I was like overly stressed out on these releases and like trying to do stuff for them. I don't know, blogs, all of that crap. And I haven't sent music to blogs or sent any of the songs to blogs since like the first 2 or 3. And then when I saw how many of my songs were getting declined by blogs, I was like, okay, this isn't even worth it. Yep. Uh-huh. That's cool that it notifies you when I'm live, though. Hey, Jake. I'm happy to see you here, dude. I'm just chatting. Talking about the new song. Yep. Yeah, I hate the business side of music. It's like really stupid. No, I wish I wish I could have a better like schedule when it comes to like doing the like business side of things. Because it seems like every single time I do a release, I feel like I'm still not doing enough as far as promo and social media especially, dude. Social media is a piece of crap. Oh, Near Far. So yeah, so I used a site called Submit Hub, which you could submit to blogs and Spotify playlists, and that to me that site is I've used it so much, and I had so many people just decline for the dumbest reasons. Honestly, actually, let's look at this right now. I'm not gonna say the name of the blogs or anything, but I want to go through and I want to name off like what some of the reasoning, like some of the reasons why they would not accept a song is just so stupid. Because, for example, it would be super like one blog will say this reason is why they won't take it, but then there's another blog that does the exact opposite. Um, here's like a dumb example. Like it'll say the song has too much bass in it, and then another one will say, all right, I'm not going to take this song because there's not enough bass or not enough sub or whatever. It's like down to technical issues, down to their like technical preferences why they would not take them. So it's just really stupid. Yeah, it is hit or miss for sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's exactly like they just come up with it's like it's good, but it's a little too, I mean, some stuff I can get. It's really, I don't know. I'm hearting everyone's messages right now. Yeah, it is super subjective, and honestly, I just don't want to use this site anymore because it just doesn't do anything for me. Really, like I can submit to 100 blogs, and then like 3 of them will accept it. And I could see if like if I wasn't I don't know, I couldn't even imagine if I was just starting out how I'd feel from people like declining all my songs. Maybe I'd get used to it, but especially when you know your music's good and it's like you see people just not wanting it. It's just kind of dumb. Yeah. What was it? What were some of the ones that I got? I'm trying to find it. I'm trying to remember because I haven't been on this site in a long time. Had a lot of songs. I mean, even Luna, like one of my favorite ones, got declined a bunch of times. Cabin Fever was declined a whole bunch. Let me see. I think I did Little Bamboo had like some of the weirdest responses. Let's see. Hello. I just want to read you guys' messages here. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, okay, so this one blog said this is for Little Bamboo. Had a beautifully complex production. Think vocals glide over the song wonderfully. Didn't feel like the track had enough mainstream appeal. I can get that actually. That's not too dumb. Production was exciting, but we felt the vocals could have been developed more. We love the originality. Yep. Okay. Has an interest. What was the other one I saw? Has an interesting building feel to it. Really unique vibe with the production. I like the elements in this one, but did want I wanted the chorus more to hit more. That's what it says. The vocal and beat are both interesting in that section, but feels a bit busy. Wonder if it might be better to just let one of them shine in that section instead of. It's like it's such a technical. I mean, I didn't even like put it in for feedback. Like I think they just naturally put feedback in, but it's just like some of the most detailed feedback for like why they won't take it, and they'll give like overwhelmingly, or they'll try and like give positives, and then they'll be like, all right, yeah, but I'm not taking it. It's like this song is great and everything, but I just don't like the snare, so I don't want this song. And that's how it goes. It's kind of weird, but the way I see it, and I'm thinking about this more now. It's like if you look at how much music is being put out now, I guess I can understand why people have to be more picky, and it's their platform. They can pick whatever songs they want. I mean, I don't really care, but it's like when you start seeing that, because I hear this from a lot of other musicians when they submit to blogs, they get the same thing. It's like you almost wonder how, like, are they even uploading music or writing about music on their blogs or whatever? But I think it's mostly just that they're so picky that it's almost impossible. So they just have a select few that they'll choose. So yeah, that was just a little bit. What was the other one I saw that was like really like there was two that were so strangely like they contradicted each other so much. Just how opposite they were on like why they didn't take it, but it's not a big deal. It's just kind of that was just something. But anyways, I was going on a rant with that. Let's see. What were you saying? Oh yeah, finding curators and stuff. Yeah, but I was just going on that tangent because I really don't do as much for these releases on this album. The only thing I do that's big is like the visuals. Like I'm trying to do animation. Like I animated the trailer and all that stuff, which has been a lot of fun. That's like a really cool, because I used to draw a lot when I was a kid, and so it's kind of a cool tie back because I stopped drawing for a long time and then I picked up music. So doing like the animation stuff has been really cool because I'm incorporating that into the business side of music somehow. I'm using it for TikTok and whatever. I'm trying to run ads and stuff. I did run a lot more ads at the beginning of the album, but kind of chilled out on that. But yeah. Oh, and thank you guys for the kind words on the song too. I really appreciate it. The song, I actually really enjoy it. The song's, I would say, I was talking to someone earlier. This song, Crystal Castle, is definitely in the direction that I want to go in the future for sure. I just need to keep working toward that, toward that direction. Sort of has like that old JKuch vibe, but it's also got this like really cool, chill R&B feel that I like. So I don't know. It's got a lot of Thundercat inspirations, Flying Lotus inspirations. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Where was I going with that? I was just saying, yeah. So we got 2 songs left on the album. Only 2 left, man. Yeah, I think the whole thing's going to be out in June. I'm going to try and get it all out by June. I'm going to do a whole final thing with it, and then I'm going to take a break for a while with music. Probably not a while. I don't think I can do that, but I will take a short break from doing stuff like this. Yeah. I don't know. This album has been a lot of fun and also has been a lot more stress than I needed it to be. um, just been I took it too seriously, and I've been just like overly, or at first, like I said, I was doing way too much. Um, so it kind of took a lot out of me. But now that it's almost over, I've just been kind of relaxing with it. I haven't been putting too much pressure on the releases. I'm just like, okay, this is how they go. The only thing I've been pushing a lot is, as you guys saw, like in my posts, is like pre-saves and saves. And one of the reasons why is because Najee, I don't know if you guys know Najee, but he's a great musician, producer, and singer. He had done a Twitch stream talking about the whole algorithm in Spotify and like how it works. And I don't know, it might still be up, but if you guys are interested in like what that whole thing's about or how the Spotify algorithm works, you should check out his Twitch channel because he has like a 3 hour long thing about it, and it's really interesting. Well, yeah, it's really interesting. It's interesting because for the longest time I've been trying to figure out this whole thing, like algorithms and stuff, and Najee kind of cracked the code and like figured it out. So for me, or at least from what he was saying, is the most important thing if you're not a massive artist and you're just like starting out but you want to gain some traction, is he says focus on pre-saves and saves, which is just like the little green heart next to a song on Spotify. And the reason why is because if you get enough of those, it'll push you over the edge as far as like when the algorithm will start working in your favor. So like it'll actually notice that it's getting the saves, and the algorithm will just automatically start pushing you up into what's it called? What's the main one that's like very common on Spotify, that playlist? Release, what is it? Music Release Friday or something like that. It's like catered playlists. They're like catered to new audiences and stuff, and I can't think of it right now. But anyways, it'll just algorithmically push you up. It'll put you in playlists, really, those basic ones. But the thing is, like, those sort of playlists are better than having even the like the massive ones that are out there, especially if you're like a, not like a huge artist yet or whatever. So yeah, getting people to pre-save is, I honestly, and I made Discover Weekly. Yeah, thanks, Jake. That's what it was. Discover Weekly gets you on there, and Discover Weekly is like really, really helpful. It's helped my songs get out there even more than some of the editorial playlists. So, what was I gonna say? Pre-saves are annoying though, especially with the stupid gate system that I have or the fan link system. I don't have any control with that. That's kind of just how that goes, and I don't like that fan link setup, because what happens is sometimes, like, if I post the link to Twitter, it'll open up in a Twitter app in its own web browser. It won't even open up in your regular web browser. So if you don't know to like swap over to Chrome or whatever your actual web browser is, it'll you have to re-sign in, or you have to re-log in through Spotify just to pre-save, and it's just really annoying. It's really stupid. And people who don't know their account information, don't know their password, it's like, okay, well, I can't pre-save this, and it's not easy. It doesn't make it easy for anyone that wants to pre-save, because it should be as simple as possible, but whatever it is, just doesn't work. Anyways, yeah, pre-saves are annoying, but it's just unreal how needed they are for your song to get out there. At least algorithmically, at least like if Spotify is going to support your song. So anyways, that's another rant. I figured I'd give some information to those that are interested in Spotify stuff. Spotify shouldn't be a big deal, but when it comes to, I was actually thinking about this morning. Spotify shouldn't be that big of a deal for artists, at least, for artists that have been on SoundCloud for the longest time and whatnot. But, and obviously, like, there's other platforms that are out there that would pay the artist more, but the problem is it's not where all of the fans are listening. Most fans, I would say, depending on what type of musician you are going to be on Spotify, right? So having those other platforms and trying to push those platforms more may not actually help you, because there's probably like Tidal. Let's give an example. Like, what if I just like released my song and I was like, all right, everyone, go to Tidal, hit the pre-save on Tidal. Pre-save, I don't know if they even have a pre-save on there, but you know what I mean? You just go on to like trying to push that, but it just wouldn't help me because that's not where everyone's going. So, I mean, I feel like everyone would switch to Tidal, but honestly, I just don't feel like that's actually going to happen. Because there's so many apps that I feel like, even Audius, for example, I keep hearing how like so many people are saying, oh yeah, Audius is like definitely the future. But to be honest, I see that mostly as like the SoundCloud scene. But when it comes to like mainstream stuff, I don't know if everyone would start merging over to Audius. Anyways, that was another rant. Yeah, algorithm is a big concern. Yes. Oh, Ariel. Is Ariel still in here? Hello. Nope, she's gone. She dipped. That's all right. I like seeing who's visiting in here every now and then. Yeah. Yeah, Spotify is definitely too dominant, honestly. It's like what I'm hoping one day is that there will be a new platform that comes out that is like, it has to somehow get everybody on board. And what I mean by everybody is, let's say, for example, Spotify has a big ownership, or there's the big three major labels that own a part of Spotify, and that's Warner Brothers, Sony, and Universal. Now, if there was to be a new app that came out, or a new streaming platform, all three of those have to basically think, okay, this is where I want to go, and this is where I want to put all my artists, and that can be anybody. But I think that's the only way like a new streaming platform would work. To be honest, because it's just how it is. The big corporate labels are gonna, they got to have a hand in it if it's gonna be successful. So it seems that's the way I see it. I feel like as far as independent, I would say the best site for independent artists right now, especially for like financially, like if they wanted to support themselves. And I'll give you a good example is Will Crooks. He releases all the time on Bandcamp and is always pushing toward Bandcamp. And I'd say that's a really good way to go, because that's completely independent. There's no need to do distribution on that. You just upload it. So it's just cool. And SoundCloud is all right, but you know what I mean. Anyways, I want to read your guys' messages. I'm kind of going off on that. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, comments and Audius would be cool. I just feel like, I don't know, Audius, I shouldn't say this live because, I mean, I have my music on there. Actually, what am I talking about? I shouldn't even say anything bad, dude. Audius put me on, like, my song Luna was, like, #1 for a month on Audius, so I should like be quiet with that. I don't know. I'm allowed to say what I want. I mean, I like Audius. I think it, they should improve on some things. Sometimes the site isn't too stable. I was uploading one song and like I feel like I crashed the site because it just went down for everybody. So I was uploading Redo and it just crashed for like hours. So I must have like broken their system or something. Yeah. Yep. So thank you guys for hanging out for a little while. I know I'm just ranting. This is what I do. I like rambling. This is like my therapy session. I love just chatting about music stuff because I'm the only one like taking it way too seriously that I shouldn't be taking it this seriously. So it ends up being a big stress. So I don't know. But I don't know. I feel like this album is going to wrap up very nicely. I am excited for the next song, and I'm excited for the last song. The last song is really special. I was looking back, and I still have to finish up a few things on the last song, but it's been like a year since I touched it, so I got a few things I got to do. But yeah, I'm excited for that last one. It's gonna be really special, and then I'm gonna do a whole final release thing with the album. And honestly, I don't know. I don't really know what I'm gonna do because this album has been like, especially the way that I've been releasing it, it's been kind of somewhat putting me in the schedule. Like I know, okay, I got to get everything ready for the next month. I got to get the month after that ready. So it's been kind of giving me, it's making it to where I have to force ideas out, especially for visual content. It really depends, but like the sort of time frame has been helpful just to get stuff done. So it's been really cool. Yeah, high-speed gaming chair, dude. This chair is sick. Gaming on this chair, man. I don't do nothing else in this chair, bro. Any performances or gigs? Yeah, I'd love to play more shows, honestly. I want to go back to Chicago one day and play a show. Jake, that'd be sick. I want to play a few shows. I just want to play more shows in general. I'm trying to work on doing vocals live, so I got myself this like auto-tune processor thing, and it's nice because I can adjust the auto-tune so it's not like crazy digital, but it does a little bit of pitch correction. Just because I have like no experience singing live and I know how venue speaker systems are, I would have to I'd have to have like in-ears to hear what I'm doing. And so I just want to make sure that like, I don't know, I want to make sure when I perform I have the best setup and I am actually ready. So just because I've never sang live yet, but it'll be cool. I think it'd be really cool to get into that. I mean, I've been DJing a lot. DJing has always been a thing for performing live, but I want to do, I got to really lean into this new singing thing, you know? I'm going to start doing features and stuff. I want to start working with other artists as far as just like singing on their tracks. But as far as what I mean by just singing on their tracks, I want it to kind of flow. I would say sing on songs or sing on artists that I feel like are following a similar direction that I'm going. Obviously don't limit myself, but you know. No, I don't want to lip sync. I might as well. I mean, I'm already getting the like help of an auto-tune. I'd rather not lip sync. Yeah. Might as well get some auto-tune. I think that's all right. Yeah, I want to start singing on other songs, you know? Do I sing my vocals in a closet? No, I don't sing them in a closet. I sing them... Hold up. Sing them right there. So that's the microphone I use. That's a Rode something. I don't know what kind of Rode it is. Honestly, that setup I've had for so long, and I've gotten another microphone, and I still prefer that one that's standing up. It's just the sound quality is so good. Hello, Snowkey. Yeah. That's right. Wait, what's a double negative? What? Well, I don't know. I'm trying to keep up with everybody. It's hard for me to multitask and like trying to talk and read. I have some problems with that, but anyways, yeah, I hope you guys are liking the new song. What else did I want to talk about? Oh yeah, so this whole month, so I live with my grandfather. I don't want to get too deep. Hold up. Yeah, I let him sit in the gaming chair. Yep. Gaming chairs for all the guests. No, this month's been kind of crazy, man. I've been taking care of my grandpa. It's been a little rough. taking him to a hospital quite a bit. But that's the other thing too, is like, you know, I would say my grandfather's like my biggest fan, and so he's my best friend, and so this month has been really tough just because he hasn't been doing too well. But um, I don't know. It's just getting the rest of the album out. It's been a little tough. It's been a little tough trying to do all of that at the same time. So that's why I've been just taking it easy for the most part. I mean, I'm still getting the songs done. I'm still getting all this stuff done, but you know, I got a lot of when life gets to you. And I have this really bad habit of going on Twitter, and I hate Twitter because every single time I go on, I feel terrible. I think there's like an addiction to like seeing something really terrible that we all have. I think most people who go on Twitter, and it's like I was even thinking about even like close musician friends that I know that are very active on Twitter or very active on social media. And I was just thinking about like when you have so much life stuff going on, it's hard to want to even just like what am I going to talk about, social media is so difficult because I'm like, all right, so my grandpa's not doing well. I got like heavy life stuff going on. It's like I don't want to just go on Twitter and just, I don't want to. I have too much stuff to deal with and too much going on. So it's just weird. It's like I'm sure any musician or anyone that's an artist or something is gonna kind of be the same way. It's like I don't know, you gotta entertain. You gotta be yourself on social media, and you gotta try and you don't have to stay active. It doesn't matter. But the way I see it is like social media. I don't know. You gotta be entertaining. Like, I mean, I can be entertaining, but like I had too much going on to where it's like I just didn't have the space to just like, all right, what am I gonna tweet or what am I going to post that's something to engage people in the meantime of me not releasing music. So, yeah, I don't know. All right, guys, you guys are messaging me a lot. I want to read everything. Okay, I'm sorry if I'm missing some of your guys' messages here. Yeah, so finishing songs, I would say having the best way to finish songs and to get yourself to finish songs is have a time frame, and you have to be very strict. Be very strict about it, which is tough. So I would say if you're like, okay, I have 5 weeks, I'm gonna get this song done. You have to hold yourself accountable, and that's the best way to do it. The way that I've been doing it is like, which is also added to the stress of the album, is I didn't finish all the songs before I started releasing them. I had like a bulk of them done, and then I just finished them as I was releasing the album. And because I'm releasing them 1 month at a time, it gave me that room. But the problem was, it got to a point where I was like, okay, now I'm running out of time to get these songs done. So I couldn't procrastinate anymore. And so I made myself get them done. A good example is Crystal Castle. I like just finished this song like last month. So I just like wrapped it up and I wrote the lyrics, and I was like, it's cool because, because this album is coming out in order of like even life events. This album is like depicting my life very accurately. So from like when things are happening. And obviously you don't have to read into the lyrics too deeply because the lyrics on a lot of these songs are kind of open-ended for anyone to portray them the way they want, right? But I will say, like, I'm releasing these songs as life events are happening, and so it actually makes it a little easier to write these songs for me. I don't know. And that's why I'm getting them done so fast. So it's because I have to get them done in a certain amount of time, or I got to get them done before, the next month or whatever. So yeah. The funny thing is too. So I'll actually tell you guys about I'll tell you about what Crystal Castle's about, because I'm sure it's very hard to understand what I'm saying in that song. I'm sure my lyrics are My words are a little difficult to understand, but I do that kind of intentionally. I have a very strange accent when I sing. Um, so the song is about not staying the same as like how people have always known you. So I had a few issues, or not a few issues, but I have this internal battle of going into this new direction with music to where I feel like the new direction that I'm going is so different than even songs that came out in what last year, or even the year before that. And so for me to go a whole different direction that is maybe simpler, like it's not as complicated as like most of my old songs. I have this internal battle that's like, okay, I'm kind of dumbing down the music. And maybe that's not what I would say, but it's being simplified in a way that is more approachable, right? And so I can understand a lot of people being like, okay, why is JKuch doing this? He has like I've had people message me and say, hey, you have so much potential with sound design. Why aren't you utilizing it? Or like, still going the full way that I always have. And if you guys have known about my old music, you know what I'm talking about with the amount of crazy sound design or whatever. So anyways, the song Crystal Castle is about telling people or telling anyone that it's like I gotta change, I gotta go the way I want to. So people having like crystal eyes on what I've used to be known as or what I used to be known for. And I would say a perfect example of that is like Skrillex or any artist that just completely went a different direction after being known for a certain sound. It's hard to get that association off you because whatever you make afterwards is still going to be compared to the old stuff, which is understandable, but it's going to get compared to the old stuff in a way to where it's like, okay, this isn't as detailed as the old one, or it's not as technical as the old one. And so that's always kind of a struggle, I feel like, with a lot of artists. And in the past, I've always done like totally different genres. I've always gone all over the place, but right now I feel like this new music is I would say, yeah, Jake, yeah, this new music definitely, let me read this. I haven't strayed too far from the old sound for sure, but it's definitely more songwriting. Yeah, you say it exactly right, Jake, about how yeah, the new music is focusing more on the songwriting and the I don't know, just the approachable side of it. I mean, I feel like I told this to somebody. I feel like this new music that I make now is like I could show this to my parents. I don't know if you guys like, because I know you guys are producers. You know when you're like, you make some crazy music, like say you make like dubstep or something. Would you show that to your parents? And it depends on your type parents or whatever. But of like when I was making my music, I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna share this with my parents, but I know they're not gonna get it. And that's the whole. Well, that's kind of the cool thing about electronic music is you can just make whatever, and it can be really crazy. And I think that is definitely the appeal of electronic music. But whenever I told people I was a musician, I was always like, yeah, I make beats and experimental stuff, and it'd be hard to explain. And I would just be like, yeah, I make. But I almost wouldn't want them to hear it because I just knew they wouldn't understand it. I felt like that was very common, especially like say I worked somewhere and like I had these coworkers and and I'm just like working there, and they happen to hear that I'm a musician. They're like, "All right, oh sick, you're a musician. What kind of music you make?" And I'm like, "Oh, I make like melodic, electronic music, experimental kind of trap type stuff." And they're like, "What's that?" And I'll be like, "Well, you can listen to it." And then they listen to it and they're like, "Oh. That's all right. That's pretty good." You know what I mean, though. Um, anyways, where I was going with that was just like the fact that now the music that I'm making is like, I'm just like, here, I make pop music or I make R&B pop music. I don't know. It's simpler. Like I don't have to, and it's not simple at the same time. The music is not simple, but I can hopefully be able to be like, look, I make indie pop music now. I'm not, you know what I mean? It's more mature. Yeah, this is definitely more. This is like JKuch grows up. This is, and it still feels like it's still JKuch, but you know what I mean. This is like the final evolution. This is definitely the final evolution, and I'm sure there's more evolutions to show up, but you know what I mean. This is the you know, this is the way I want to go. So hold up, guys. You guys, I haven't read a lot of the messages here. Hold up, I want to read them. Oh, 28 was in here. Is 28 still here? Hey, buddy. So 28 rapped on Luna, and he's in here. Honestly, such a legend. That song is the best. I feel like, yeah, Luna is the best on the album for sure. It's one of my favorites. It's still, yeah, it's still definitely one of my favorites. So, okay, let me read these real quick. Let me read this. Let me read this. Okay. Okay, so I was reading back. So Jake, Watership. I was just reading back to. There's a lot of messages. When you were talking about showing Lighthouse or my song with Thuke, yeah, and that's it. That's exactly what it means. So that's the other thing too. Okay, I'm about to go on another tangent here, guys. I'm sorry. So the other thing is with the variety of music that I've made, it's been very difficult to pinpoint a solid fan base. And maybe this sounds kind of wrong, but you got like having a fan base that can appreciate the whole of it is harder to find. You know, it's harder to find open-minded people like you guys because I understand you guys love the old stuff and you like the new stuff and you're fine with everything in between. And I think that's if there was more people like you, that would be amazing because that's just open-mindedness. Like you're okay with anything, and that's awesome. And that's the way I see it. I still listen to rhythm and dubstep, and I like all that stuff. But the thing is, especially if I'm trying to kind of grow, it's always been difficult to, like you were saying, having totally different styles of music to interest a specific audience. Because if I have Lighthouse, which is a very depressing emo indie rock song or indie pop song, whatever it is, and then I have a crazy rhythmy trap, dark, like grimy song with Thuke, the same person that listens to Lighthouse is definitely not going to enjoy the song with Thuke because they're just totally different. One is just, and I can totally see it's just not for everybody. And so that's one of the other reasons why I wanted to really hone in on a specific sound. And I think the glue for all of that, for me to still expand and do different genres, but still make it approachable, is the vocals. I feel like that's the final piece, because if I don't have the vocals, especially these as instrumentals without the vocals, they'd be all right, but I don't know. I feel like, I feel like this new direction is good. Anyways, that was another tangent. So, yeah. Okay, I'm missing more. Oh my God, Blake Scourin's here. Oh shit, he's still in here. Oh, okay, here he is. All right. Let me read these real quick. I want to read everyone's messages. Everyone's saying such nice things in here. Okay. How long did it take me to arrive on the old to the old sound? What do you mean by that? So like, are you in here still? Yeah, you're in here. How long did it take to arrive at the old sound? I don't know. Oh, like when I developed my sound? I don't know. It took me 3 years till I actually was like, okay, this is it, I would say. And that was probably 2015 was when I was like, okay, now I got something. Is this Skrillex? Yeah, this is Skrillex. Oh, hey. Oh, welcome to Wizard. Oh, I didn't realize. Okay. Yeah. Tipper? No. I don't want to. Tipper's a dubstep producer. I don't want to do a back to back with it. No, I'm joking. I do a back to back with whoever, especially if I'm DJing. I love DJing. I'd be down with whatever. Lyrical writing process. All right, I'm down to talk about that. Let's see. Yeah, lyric. Oh crap! People keep messaging me. Hold on, I'm trying to read all this. I want to get to everybody's questions. So, my lyric writing process is very difficult, and it's easier for me now that I'm getting used to it. But I will say, for writing lyrics, what I will do is I will start the song out. It'll be pretty simple at first. It'll have a good foundation to it that I know is simple enough to where I can write vocals on top. And what I'll do is I'll kind of loop it, and I'll just start recording. And when I record, I just record random gibberish, and that I think will kind of rhyme, and make up different vocal melodies, and just kind of come up with different things, and kind of just freestyle like different vocal melodies. And then eventually I'll find one that I would believe would be a hook or like a chorus, and I listen to it and I hum it a few times, and I try and put it on repeat until I feel like, okay, this is catchy enough. And then it's like really hard to like figure out what's catchy, but you just keep playing it, and then maybe if it gets caught in your head, then that's catchy enough, right? And you just have a sense for that eventually. And then what I'll do is when I write the lyrics, I will match the phrasing or the rhythm of my mumbles to the words that I write over it. So I'll actually listen to it. I'll like make a private link, and I'll listen to the private link, and I'll imagine words that can go over the mumbles. And it's exactly what Tennyson does. So it's it's very similar in that sense. So yeah, I feel like a lot of musicians do the mumble technique, and that's good for writing lyrics. Especially if you want a certain flow, that's the way to do it, because if you could just mumble any flow you want. If you want a crazy flow, you can just mumble whatever flow you want, and then when you know it just sounds good on the track or whatever, you could just write the lyrics. Just write the lyrics over top of it. Makes it a lot easier. So oh, I didn't know you guys could ask questions on here. Oh, that's way easier. That's cool. Okay, so Blake Scaron. Okay, so that's why I can read your your question. What kind of beard oil? I just use whatever cheap beard oil, man. I don't really use beard oil too much. I heard it's really bad to use beard oil. I could be wrong, but I do have like I don't even know what the brand is. I couldn't tell you, bud, but I would say probably don't use beard oil too much. Write a track that strictly mumbles? Yes, let's do that. I'm down. I'll mumble for free on anyone's track. But if you want me to write lyrics on it, you gotta pay for it. Yeah. Anyone that wants a JKuch mumble on their track, I'll do that. Yeah. Okay, let me read some other some other questions here. All right. Okay. What else? Yeah. Yeah, indie pop R&B, I would say, is definitely the way. That's definitely my direction now. Favorite artist at the moment, or just any artist I've been inspired by. I have a lot of favorite artists. I will say, for the new music, and I think I said this in another live stream, but some of the more inspiring, or the people I'm mostly inspired by. Oh, see you later, Blake. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate the chat. I feel like the artists I've been mostly inspired by would be like, I don't know, James Blake. I would say, like the Gorillaz. The Gorillaz are a big inspiration because they're super diverse in their music. Tyler, the Creator, because Tyler, the Creator, also has that very quirky, the music's like very lighthearted, but and not lighthearted, but you know what I mean, just very diverse. And same thing with that. The glue is his voice, and that is what pieces it all together. So, yeah, I would say those musicians. Did I say Radiohead? Yeah, Radiohead. A lot of just regular musicians. Big old inspirations of mine for my new tunes. They're all big inspirations. And, you know, another reason I don't really... I'm glad actually you said that, because I'm thinking about one of the reasons why I don't really make the crazy experimental stuff anymore is because I don't really listen to it as much anymore. I don't listen to a lot of electronic music now, or at least instrumental stuff. I will every now and then, but it's just not, you know, I make like I want to make music now that I would listen to kind of in would fit in my playlist of music that I would listen to, because I have playlists that I listen to of like indie rock or R&B, you know, and that's sort of the direction that I want my music to go. So maybe one day my music would fit in those sort of categories. So, and obviously I don't want to box my sound in. I don't want it to be limited to specific genres, but you know what I mean. Whatever, have a new style be the bulk of the song, and then just before you think the outro is coming into effect, have it a racing chair drop. Yeah, racing chair drop. Yeah, dude. Gamer drop. Have a big old freaking... I mean, I kind of have done that. Like, Cabin Fever has sort of a cool drop at the end. I think I'll still do that. Like, Maybe has a really nice drop at the end. You know, I think I'll have those every now and then still. I think that's sort of my itch that I gotta get in. So, you know, I'm always gonna have some sort of... Not always, but, you know, I think I'll still have some sort of crazy drop on a song. Yeah. So, that is true. Okay. Well, yeah, thank you guys for hanging out with me. I'm rambling. This is what I love to do. I always ramble on here. I just, like... It's like I bottle this stuff up inside for a month, and then, like, because these are monthly live streams, I'm like, oh, there's so much I want to just talk about. You guys are my, like... You guys are my therapist right now, and you're hearing it all. No. Let's see. I'm very new to production. No, you're not. What? You're not new to production. You've been making music for a while, haven't you? Ramble. Yes. I can live stream more often. I mean, I used to do Twitch streams. I should go back to streaming more. I like doing once a month because I can get the most stuff to talk about. So, you want me to tell a bedtime story? Oh, man. Well, let me see here. Hold on. Let me see here. Let me read another message. Someone was messaging me. Oh, yeah, Jake. Jake, what'd you say? Hold on. You said you're new to production? You want to get into weird IDM style with the environment, so like my 2017-2020 style? Yeah, I think that's the best way to go. Twitch is awesome. Yes, Twitch. Okay. Yeah, Twitch is good. I might even, honestly, if I did streams again, I think I would focus on YouTube. I don't know what you guys would think of YouTube, because I'm already kind of building on my YouTube channel. But if I did streams again, I might go through YouTube for it, because I think you could get paid through that too. I could be wrong. Anyways, before I get to that bedtime story for you, I did do production streams last year a little bit. I don't really have the time to do that now. Hold on. Oh, you made music on a PS4 game? Jake, what the... Damn, I didn't know that. Yeah, check out my YouTube, guys. That's where I have music videos. You want to see me in a music video? Go check out my YouTube channel. I got like 3 or 4 music videos on there. I think 3. Yeah, I got 3 music videos on there. Yeah, if you guys also... So if you guys tell your friends, or if you subscribe to my YouTube channel, if you get to 1,000 subscribers, I can finally like claim my artist account, because YouTube has a stupid thing where for me to actually merge all of my videos online or on YouTube, to like my actual account, I have to have at least 1,000 subscribers. So if you guys help me get to that, that'll be great. Because the problem is, if you go on YouTube and you type in JKuch, it'll pull up the topic account or channel. Well, not necessarily, but it'll show up on the right side. It'll show like all the songs that are not associated with my YouTube channel. It's just like a separate topic account. And it's still me, and I still get paid for it, like if you're streaming on there, but the views are not getting transferred over. So I'll have way more views on the topic channel than I will on my actual channel. And to me, that's kind of a problem, because I'm trying to, like, if I'm trying to get bigger with it, I have the official audio on my YouTube channel, but then the topic channel has its own official audio. So it's just like there's two songs basically of the same, or there's two videos of the same exact song on YouTube. So it's just like, I don't know. That's just a kind of another annoying thing. So hold up. People are messaging me here. What are you guys saying? What are you saying? Yeah. I'm trying to be quick here and trying to get to your questions. Browser-based DAW? Oh, that'd be cool. Oh, wait, you do? Oh, I thought you said you wanted to. So you make music on internet browser DAW? What the heck? That's cool. It's crazy. Wait a minute. Let me read something. Let me read some messages here. Twitch is cool. Wait, what? Twitch is cool. Yeah, Twitch is like, I don't know. I like Twitch, but actually I already got ranked up on Twitch anyways. I'm like, what's that term called? I already have like a verified account on Twitch because I was streaming for a while. Hello everyone that's joining. Thank you for joining and chatting a little bit. Okay, hold on. I'm missing so many messages here. Okay, hold on. I have to like catch up here. Smash, yeah. Hit the subscribe button, please, on my YouTube channel. Go to my YouTube channel and subscribe. I'm reloading the page now so I can make sure it's going up. I'm at $7.99 right now. Get me up higher. Someone get me to 1,000 overnight. No, I'm joking. But I do want to get to 1,000, so. All right. Okay. No, I'm not prestiged on Twitch. You know, I was also thinking with releasing songs, how I have to be like, all right, everybody, pre-save, hit the pre-save, and it's like so annoying. But I understand now because it's exactly what YouTubers do. They're like, smash the like and subscribe button, make sure you hit the bell notification, because the whole algorithm thing it's so heavily affected by those things because of the way people engage with it. And it's weird because, especially me being because I used to, like, I go on YouTube a lot and I'll kind of like just find stuff, right? But the thing is, I don't have that mindset to just hit like or hit subscribe after, like, say even I like this person's content, I don't actually think to like subscribe for some reason. And I used to not do that until how much I understand like how serious those sort of things are and how important it is to those content creators, because it can make or break how they get recognized. And so if you really like somebody, or that's, you know, content creator or musician or whatever, and just clicking a button, you know, it makes a huge difference to how you know, if they even get noticed. So it's a really strange thing that I've been getting into a habit of. And I understand how annoying it is, because especially with the pre-saves thing. So now when I'm like, all right, everybody, make sure to like the song, because there's literally a heart on Spotify, and I didn't even notice that, how hitting the heart adds it to a playlist, and like Spotify loves that stuff. So now it's like I can just be like, okay, guys, make sure to like the song on Spotify, because I want the song to do well, because if you don't, then the song won't get help from Spotify, because that's just how it works. So, yeah. Okay. Catching up here. What else are we talking about? All right, Jake. I'm sorry. I didn't see you. All right. It was nice chatting with you, Jake. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you guys stopping in here and listening to me rant. I'll upload this later to YouTube as well. This is where you can also watch me rant again and again and again. And I also have the previous rants and rambles on YouTube as well. So if you guys missed them from the previous songs, you can go back and watch them, because I go on to a lot of tangents like I'm doing now. Because it's fun to go on tangents. I love to do that. Yeah, so my album will be out hopefully in June. I want to do early June, but it might be late June, possibly July is when everything will be out, because I'm running a little behind. Had a lot of stuff going on this month especially, so yeah. Let's see. Okay. Oh, that's the question. Okay, so... Oh, also, I forgot to answer someone else's questions. They left. Dang it. I'm sorry. um, yeah, I already answered your question. Okay. Let's see. All right, so let me just read out this other person's question here. Okay, so he said, I've been into writing different genres, but can't seem to settle down into something that I can consider my niche. How do I know what kind of sound is right for me? I don't want to be limited to specific genres, but I think it is important to have specific sound that people can recognize. I don't know. Honestly, I will say... Oh, shoot. Oh, yeah, you guys see the ceiling fan? There you go. So anyways, yeah, so finding your sound or niche, I was very lucky because my whole formula was inspired by a bunch of musicians, and I kind of took that formula and applied it to any genre. So, and that's one of the reasons why I can just make whatever sort of genre I want, and it sounds like me. Sound design, first of all, but then also, I think with sound design, you develop your own sound, like recognizable sound, because it's just the way that you make it. All right, Snow Toucan, good night. Thank you for stopping by. Sorry I couldn't say the bedtime story, but the rant's good enough. Anyways, so what was I gonna say? So I came up with a formula. For my music in 2015, and from that I made one remix. It was a Grin Parrot remix, and at that point I had made a formula that I was going to include vocals. Didn't matter what kind of vocals. More than likely ambient vocals, kind of like as background, and there has to be ambient vocals somewhere. So I would actually implement that. Has to have sort of video gamey sounds. Obviously, that's my whole thing. And then it had to have, it didn't matter what genre. It had to have some sort of crazy sound design, like a granular sound. And so I implemented that into like every single song I made. In that formula, it was just like it always had those like three aspects, like detailing, like video gamey sounds, some sort of granular sound design kind of thrown in, mixed with light vocals and like light-hearted stuff, like really simple. I would say complicated sound design along with very simple sound design is kind of the formula that I had. So I don't know. I just kind of like had that, and I that was just my rule, and I kind of stuck with it. But the nice thing with that rule is I can apply that to any sort of genre. So, I mean, I can make a jazz song, but the nice thing is if I want to make a jazz song, it still is going to have the vocals, still going to have some sort of granular sound design in there somewhere, and then it's still going to have the crazy detailing, So, didn't really matter. So that's why that's nice with sort of setting those guidelines, because now I just knew it's like I have to have it in there. I didn't even have the mindset that it's like, oh, is this going to fit? I was going to make it work. I was going to make this crazy granular sound work somehow, despite it not actually fitting in this sort of this genre, like like a jazz song or something. So, yeah. And that's what I would say is important with finding your own sound, or finding your own, finding something recognizable, I guess. So, hello, ones. How's it going? Thank you for stopping by. I'm rambling. I'm just ranting out here, you know. Um, yeah, I don't know. What else I want to talk about? I talked about quite a bit already. I've been really going ham on this. Uh, yeah. What was I gonna say? Well, I should probably say, since there's a few in here, is make sure you hit the little heart button on Spotify for me on the song, on my new song, and just hit the little heart next to it if you didn't pre-save, because I know how annoying pre-saving is. But it's super simple. Like, you know, you just go to the song. There's like hearts next to everything. You know, I'll show you right here. Right here. So, you know, like on Spotify, I mean, this is on the computer, but like on Spotify, you know, you got those little hearts there. All you got to do is hit that. And it's how crazy that is to how it pushes my songs or pushes, you know, the algorithm to support the song. It's just incredible. It's just crazy how something like that works. So just, you know, and that's also information for if you guys ever release, you know, if you're pushing Spotify primarily, you know, push those to, or get people to hit those. So, I was thinking about how SoundCloud, well, yeah, I like my own tunes. You know why? Because it helps the algorithm. It's not because you know, it's not because I'm like, oh yeah, it's my music, I like it. I'm doing it literally because even me liking it is going to help the algorithm in my favor. So I'm like, why not do that? I need to get it. I need to get them better. This is like, it's like my business. I need to get them to get more streams or get more algorithm support. So, of course, I'm gonna like my own songs on there. You know, it's a little different because it doesn't. It's a little different because the algorithm with Spotify is a lot stronger and is affected by a lot more things than like stupid Facebook. Because I understand, like, if someone's going on Facebook and makes a post and then likes their own post, that's pretty weird, right? But when it comes to Spotify, and I'm a musician and I want this money, not the money. It's not about the money. We know it's not about the money. But I want my career to grow. I gotta hit the like on my own music. I gotta like my own music. I wouldn't do it on SoundCloud. I'm not gonna like my own music on SoundCloud because SoundCloud doesn't care if you like your own songs. The likes don't affect how much your song's gonna get heard. You know what I mean? SoundCloud is not going to care what you do. SoundCloud doesn't really have an algorithm when it comes to that stuff. Spotify tracks everything, you know? Yeah. Spotify tracks literally everything. You know what's crazy? Spotify checks how loud you're playing your music. It checks how, obviously it checks how often you listen to music, but it literally tracks how loud you're playing your music. Whatever music you're listening to on Spotify, it tracks obviously how long you listen to the song for, and that also can negatively or positively impact a song, because if you listen to like 10 seconds of a song, it's actually pushing that song down in priority for Spotify. So Spotify will be like, nope, people don't like this song. They only, obviously, because, you know, we have only we have a bunch of people playing only 10 seconds of it. So obviously it's not a good song. And that's just how it works. And I think it's stupid. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, see, like on Instagram, yeah, exactly. On Instagram, it doesn't make a difference for me to like my own stuff because it's not going to help me. I mean, it'll help me, but just barely, you know, but I don't care. Like, that's not a big deal. Spotify, though, that's where I make my money. I make the money, barely, but I make the money off the streams and from the algorithm, so, you know. Who's trying to join my live right now? I don't know who this person is. Slicer? Is that you? Oh. Oh, I know you. What am I talking about? I just talked to you. uh, Slicer, I'm going to have to decline for right now, just simply because I'm going to be ranting a lot. Maybe in a little bit, if you want to hang around for a little bit, maybe we can chat on here. I just didn't recognize her name. That was so mean. I was like, I don't know you. What the heck? Hold on, everybody. I want to read. I want to read what people were saying. Hold up. Yeah. Spotify tracking the volume feedback. I'm streaming every time we touch. You want? Oh, how do you get on? How do you even get on to playlists for Spotify? That's the thing. It's like that's where the algorithmic playlists come in, because that's where like your Discover Weekly is important. Discover Weekly is one of the best playlists to get onto, even though it's just a basic one. And that's to get onto that, you need to have support from your songs, which means having those likes, having people listen all the way through. If someone listens to the song all the way through, that's also a nudge toward getting onto an algorithmic playlist. And then having someone pre-save. Pre-saves are like one of the biggest things that Spotify looks at when it comes to getting onto playlists. If they see that there's a certain amount of people pre-saving your song, you're gonna get on Discover Weekly. And that's not always the case. There's a lot of other factors, but those sort of things are huge. So, do I do TuneCore? Honestly, I forgot what TuneCore is. Let's see. Yeah, playlists are random, especially like actual playlists. I hate the whole playlist thing now. It used to be way easier in the past, but getting on the playlist is just kind of, getting on Spotify playlists is difficult now. And honestly, the editorials don't really matter anymore. They aren't what the sort of power they have is not nearly as much as they used to. So, yeah. Anyways, I hope that answers some questions. I know I missed a few. So, yeah. I'm just chilling. I appreciate you guys being in here and listening to me rant. I'm just kind of, I don't know. I start thinking of all sorts of stuff to talk about. Yes. So, hope you're enjoying the new song. Yet again, I said that. You know what? Slicer, you want to join the call? Let me get you in here, Slicer. You want to join? Hold on. Let's see. Okay, I'm inviting you. You and I are gonna tell a bedtime story. Oh, you decline? Okay. You don't have to if you don't want to. But yeah, I'm just ranting, so don't really have much more to talk about, guys. But let me see. Some stories. What are some stories that I've had? Yeah. Um, Wait, what? Would you say? Yeah, it's good to talk live because more interaction. Yeah. Wait a minute. Someone have a question? Am I live on another platform? No. I'm not live on another platform. Hello, Strobes. Oh yeah, it's with a camera. Yeah, probably don't want to join if you aren't comfortable. No, that's all good. If people don't feel like chatting on here, that's completely fine. I know we got 7 people watching, plus I'm gonna upload it, so you probably don't wanna, you know, tell you about my first. Oh, I'll tell you about my first live performance, how terrible it was. That's such a great question because I have photos of it. Hold on. I think I have photos from my very first show. It's in this small town that I was living in at the time. I was like 15 or 16. Oh, it's on Reddit actually. Hold on. Oh God, it's so cringy. The first show that I played because there's no one there. The first show I played, everybody was I don't even know what I was doing. But I would say those early days are the best because I didn't know what was cringy at the time. That's where you have that wiggle room to just you're a young kid, you could do whatever. Like you're not gonna do anything that stupid. But um, it was pretty bad though. So I played in a small town, and in this town there was this old movie theater they like renovated into um an arcade slash like uh party place. It was kind of like a bar venue type thing, but it was just for this town, and it was mostly for the high schoolers. And so it wasn't really like a big thing all the time. It would be on Fridays. They'd have, it basically was like a dance hall. And so, we'd have kids from the town go and hang out here. And it was just like I used to go there when I first moved to the town, and I was really young. We would just go, and it was a lot of fun. Like I said, they had an arcade, but it was just a cool place to go at the time. It was really interesting, especially in this random town that they had this, and it's a nice place, but it just like I felt like it wasn't used to its full potential. So, anyways, they would do these DJ nights from some of the kids at the school, and there was a few people from school that I knew that were getting in the DJing, and I was getting in the music too. So we were like, oh yeah, let's all do like a lineup here. And I was 15, 2013 this was, and I was like, all right, well, I'm going to perform. I've never performed before, but I'm going to learn how to. So I got these MIDI controllers, had my laptop that was terrible. It was a terrible laptop. And I was like, okay, I'm going to get this all set up. So I made this like a live set through FL Studio, and FL Studio live performance mode was very limited at that time, but I was using that version. I wasn't actually like DJing, but I was using, just the FL performance mode, and it was just really a weird setup that I had. But it's so funny because I'm going to show you now. In this photo, I have my hat. It's so terrible because I was just, and there's no one there. So just nobody. So it's just pretty cool, just nobody, and one guy in the background. Yep. That was my set. That was my first show. It was it was a nice place. Like that's like if they filled that place out, that would be sick, I think that would have been sick if I came back there years later, man, if I was famous, I'd go back there and be like, all right, this is the first place I performed. Yeah, so if you guys ever feel bad about having no one, just remember, we all start out with nobody. I was a nobody. And I'm still a nobody. No, I'm joking. But you see what I mean? Like, I didn't know what I was doing. I got the hat. Like, all I knew is I had the hat. I didn't care who I was playing for. I didn't even look away from my computer. I was looking at the computer the entire time. Because obviously, whatever was on my computer was most important. I didn't know what I was doing. It's just kind of, it's interesting seeing that. Because now, that's a long time ago, though. It's almost 10 years ago. I've changed somewhat. I haven't changed a lot. I haven't changed as much as I wanted to, but, I got better. Yeah, I'm not famous. I want to be famous. I'd love to be famous. I probably wouldn't love to be famous because I'd be stressed out, but, I definitely wouldn't. I would definitely prefer to be an artist or a musician now instead of a DJ, because I think where my direction's going, I'm going to be doing less of the DJing stuff and more singing live. So definitely don't want to be considered. I DJ every now and then, but I wouldn't want to be considered a DJ. It's just not the way I'm going anymore. So, wait a minute. This would be a perfect template for a Twitch stream where viewers' avatars would show up as the audience. Oh, true. That would be sick. I want to do like Night Swim Radio because he has like a really neat setup with showing his chat, and certain donators will show up on screen as characters, and they would just be walking around on screen. It's pretty cool. Or there's like games you could play with chat. I probably would do. I would do Twitch again, but maybe YouTube. I don't know. coping right there. Yeah. Do I do music full time? Honestly, right now, I mean, right now, no. I'm not doing music full time. I was for a while, but I'd rather not go into details with that. A lot of that stuff it's a very um, music is a very wishy-washy thing. It's very difficult to have a stable thing out of it, right? I was doing teaching for a long time, and I'm still considering doing that again. But that was really helpful. I was teaching music production for a while, and that was pretty good. But I had to stop with that for a little while, mostly because of the album. I would say the album has been primarily slowing down the. Um, it's weird. Like you would think releasing an album would help more, but it's been kind of slowing it down, and that's for different reasons, more complicated reasons why that's not helping. But anyways, yeah, I was teaching for a while, and that was pretty good. Um, let's see, what else you guys saying? What else you guys talking about? Best feeling when you make something new in public for people to see and like, and even if it's weird, yeah, I know what you mean. My favorite thing used to be when I was DJing a lot was making some really crazy, making some really crazy sound design tracks that are just whips or work in progress, and I would just kind of drop them live and just see how people react. That was always so cool, and I'd still say that's awesome. Like I still probably would throw stuff in like that when I'm performing, but um, yeah, I don't know. What was the other? Oh, did I do a master class? I was teaching through Patreon, so I was doing a Patreon setup where you could donate a certain amount of money per month, and you would get a certain amount of time with me in one-on-one Zoom call, doing teaching that way. So yeah, that was honestly really nice. I've met some really cool people actually who are still on my Discord server because of that, who actually joined the Patreon. And the Patreon's still there, but I'm not really doing any benefits right now other than like if you want to donate. It gets you access to the Discord server, but you're not obligated to stay with Patreon if you can't afford it or whatever. Totally understandable. But anything helps, obviously. So, but the Discord's cool. I'm in there every now and then. I'm not super, active on there, but it's a really I really like the Discord server right now because it's just really small, and so the people that kind of float around in there I've gotten to know really well. So yeah, it's been pretty cool. Yeah, what's my what's my go-to? I feel like most people know now like what my go-to plugin is, but it's Harmor in FL Studio. Harmor is amazing because it's where Silent One and Harmor are my go-tos. They're the best for me, and they're the best for me because not everybody's using them. It's not like Massive or Serum. It's a little different, and I feel I've learned a lot with them to where I can just make any sound I want with them. So yeah, coolest place I've ever been. Harmor. What are you upset about Harmor? Harmor's amazing. I mean, I'm sure Vital's good too, but I'm stubborn. I want to stick with Harmor because it's got the JKuch sound already built in. If you're using Harmor, you'll notice how easy it is to make a JKuch sound design. It's really easy. In fact, I was teaching some people how to use Harmor, and they really, took my sort of not. Well, they didn't take it because I taught it to them. They kind of took the sound that I was teaching them and kind of ran with it, and it's really neat because you can hear like the sort of fundamentals of how I make a sound, but then they just go a totally different direction. Actually, Chalbert has been doing that from when I was teaching him. And I don't know if you guys know Chalbert, but you should check his music out. If you want to know JKuch 2.0, in fact, actually, there's a good chunk of you in here that I would consider like in the same sort of realm as me, and that would be Cat. I always say your name wrong. Catalius, Catalius, the Catalius. I would say you have some really cool sound design stuff that I like. That I think is, kind of in the same realm as some of the stuff I used to make too. Um, yeah. Anyways, that was another rant. What are all my friends refuse to switch to Vital? It's all right. People can use whatever they want, you know? You can use the simple plugins if you want. So, yeah. Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, Catalius, I always say wrong. I feel like um, Chalbert is another one that's has some really cool stuff that I feel like I don't know, maybe this sounds kind of cocky, but like if I if I since I'm not doing this stuff like you guys are anymore, right? Maybe this is why I'm saying that. Since I'm not doing the crazy experimental instrumental stuff anymore, melodic stuff anymore, and I'm going more this pop R&B realm, I feel like you guys are the ones to carry the torch of the crazy melodic sound design, if that makes any sense. I feel like there's plenty of younger artists that I can kind of see in the SoundCloud community that have a really, really cool sound design, and I feel like a lot of you guys can continue that wave and expand and make it something really cool and just keep going with it. So, yeah. And I've heard a lot of you guys' music, and you're all really, really good. So, right? Yeah, I'm reading a lot of music production stuff. So, oh, I didn't answer another question. There was another question someone had. Wait a minute. Did I miss something? No. Okay. What else is in here? Okay, so someone had asked me before what my favorite place was that I ever visited. I never answered that. So when I was playing shows a lot more in the past, or not even that long ago, let's say the best place that I've been to unrelated to music that I visited, or one of the coolest places. I don't know. I've been to a few cities. I really like Toronto, unrelated to music. Toronto is a really cool city. Um, well, as far as music goes, Austin, Texas is probably one of the coolest I've been to because I was there during South by Southwest, and I never was part of South by Southwest for it, but Night Owl Collective um, I don't know if you guys know Night Owl Collective, but anyways, Night Owl Collective, Johnny, the one who runs it, he had all of these artists that were on the label that actually had released on there, and he brought us all out, and we had a bunch of shows, lined up. So they were just like local bars and stuff, and it was freaking amazing because it felt like it was a mini tour. It was a great and terrible experience because in Austin, Texas, we were staying up all night, like literally all night until 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. every single night of this week. And I was there with Johnny, and I would stay at his house, and we'd be getting back at like 6 a.m. or 5 a.m., something around there. We'd be getting back, and I started realizing our sleep schedule was getting so bad that it was negatively impacting how we were even performing, because he was performing too. He was also a musician, even though he owns Night Owl. So we were both getting so malnourished through the entire week, because I think it was a full week, and we had shows every day, and it was like not even just one show. Sometimes we'd have like one show that night, and then we'd have another one later that night. I remember even the first night that I performed there, I was like, we played at this place, and then all of a sudden it's like, all right, we're going to this other place to play. I'm like, oh, what? He had just gotten all these shows lined up, and it was really cool. I mean, we didn't have a lot of people that knew us at these shows. It would have been great, but we just had a lot of people that wanted to see music, right? Or see new artists. So a lot of these places we played at, and we'd be staying up super late. And I realized we'd stay up so late and then we would be waking up late in the evening. So we'd probably go to bed at like 6 a.m. or in the morning, and then I'd be waking up at like 5 p.m. And just at 5 p.m., we'd have to get ready for traffic and to go downtown to go and perform the next show. And it was just exhausting. And I was starting to realize I'm not eating. I had like one meal in the middle of the night, and sometimes the places that were only open were fast food. So I was super, like, I was eating junk the whole time. So I was not good. Like, me and Johnny were not in the right mental state at all. We were so worn out, and I was just dehydrated. And it was just like, it was always, we always had to move because, like, other than that, we were sleeping all day. So I was sleeping all day. Then it's like, all right, we got to go downtown because we're going to play another show, and we had to get parking, get all this stuff. So it was cool. And actually, I don't have any, like, even though that sounds like it's bad, that I had so much fun with that because it was just like such an interesting experience. And meeting musicians, I met so many people. Alexander Panos, I don't know if you guys know him. He's amazing. He started out with me too a long time ago. There was, who else? Kromanichi was there. Elijah Hall. Who else? Who else was there? There was a lot. M Cubed, who's also on Night Owl. Yeah, there was a few other musicians, and I can't think of it. Anyways, it was pretty cool. Hold on, I'm not reading you guys' messages. I know I'm ranting. I do want to tell you guys about a few shows, though, because I played a few shows in the past that were pretty cool. I guess I wouldn't say, like, crazy cool. I was at, More Kismet? I wish More Kismet was here, because I know More Kismet was here for one of the streams. But I was there for their first show. And so this is actually a good tie-in to that photo that I showed you, because if I can show you my first show versus More Kismet's first show, it's a totally different thing. Let me see if I can find a photo of the crowd that More Kismet had, because their first show was amazing. Also, Laxity's first show was amazing too. I don't know if you all know Laxity. Hold on. I'm gonna find this photo. Laxity had played his first show in Canada, first show ever, years after I had already been playing shows, and had a massive crowd, which is amazing. I think that's great. But also, you gotta put in perspective that the time that they were starting to perform was when they were more popular. Had actually a fan base going. I had no fan base when I first started. I just like played a show somewhere. Let's see here. Oh, you guys are chatting. Sorry. Oh yeah, More Kismet's playing everywhere now. More Kismet's like the youngest artist ever to perform at these EDM festivals, which is honestly insane. Let me see here. Oh, I got it. I got the photo. Okay, that's so funny that I got this photo. I just typed in More Kismet Asteria, which is the festival that I played with them, and it was a great experience because I think that was the only time I met More Kismet, and I had such a wonderful time. They're amazing, honestly. Such a sweet person. I got really drunk and embarrassed myself in front of their mom because that's another thing too. I'm sure I've said it in the past, but anyways. All right, thank you, Ocean, for stopping by. I appreciate it. I'll upload this later. I'm gonna be uploading this. Yeah. So. Oh, hey. Yes, thank you guys for joining. I'm so happy you're here. I'm so glad you can hear these little rants that I got going. So anyways, so here, I'll show you the photo. So anyways, so my first show, like I said, was this one. So that was my first show. this was more Kismet's first show. So more Kismet, obviously, obviously, big difference there, right? For first show. But anyways, it was really cool. I was there for that set. I actually filmed a little bit of it too. Had a really, really nice crowd. Um, and I think there couldn't be a better first show for them. So, but anyways, at that time though, when I was there with a whole bunch of other musicians. It was Orlando, Florida. We were at Asteria Music Festival. More Kismet, Wisp. I don't know if you guys know Wisp. He was there, but he wasn't performing. Zavi, if you guys know Zavi, he does like melodic dubstep stuff. He's also getting into vocal type stuff now. He released on Seven Lions label. Who else was there? There was a lot of musicians. A lot of really cool people I met there. That was a really good experience. But anyways, I got drunk one of the nights because it was just a cool festival. We were just walking around, so I was drinking quite a bit. And it was like actually one of the few times I started drinking because I had never drank really before that. So I just like went ham. And so yeah, Wisp was there. I love Wisp. And yes, I know how to kickflip. Yeah, so we were walking around the land that they had for this festival and just kind of hanging out, and it was really, really cool. But More Kismet's mom was there because they were underage and they had to have obviously parent around to have them perform at a festival. So I was walking around and I just heard, well, this was after I had just seen More Kismet's first show, and I saw the crowd that they had, and I listened to their music, and I was like, this is amazing. And so me being really drunk, I was there with all of them. All of a sudden, I was like, we were walking somewhere, and I had to stop, and I was like, look, we got to stop for a minute. I just got to tell you something. And I was telling More Kismet's mom, I was like, this kid is going to be huge. I was like, this person is amazing at making music, and they're going to be huge. And I think he should be very proud. And I was just getting really like wholesome out of nowhere. And More Kismet was just like, was really sweet about it. I honestly, the next day I was so embarrassed because I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I did that. That's like such a drunk person thing to do. But then the more I thought about it, I was like, okay, it was sweet. Like, that's a really nice, honest thing for me to say that I probably would have never said sober anyways. So, yeah, it was just, it was really sweet, and it was really embarrassing because More Kismet's mom, honestly, I think she was also kind of embarrassed, but she was so sweet about that because she was like, she knew, because she had not just me saying that, she had a lot of people come up to her and say that. So, yeah. Oh, More Kismet. If you know More Kismet, I met them during Asteria 2019. Yeah, 2019. That was a long time ago now. It feels like COVID's really made a delay on life now, huh? I haven't played a festival since then. That was my first ever festival. And it was really, really cool. I had a lot of fun on that show. I played do you guys know Underscores? I played a show in New Orleans with Underscores and Valentine, which is a musician we do not talk about. But Underscores was there, and we played a silent disco, and this was also 2019. This was actually like a month before or after. I don't remember, but it was shortly around the time that I had played the show with More Kismet. But Underscores was there. Underscores is so sweet, like such a quiet person and so sweet, just amazing. I had a really good time with them too. They definitely kept to themselves. Like, we were out going to this Mardi Gras festival and checking out stuff, and Underscores kind of was around for that too. Actually, had a lot of fun. But we did a silent disco, and people loved Underscores music even then. That was like 2019. They had a lot of really good instrumental music at that time too. And they were also getting into the vocal realm around that time too. Not nearly as big as they are now, and I think that's really cool that they've blown up like they have. But yeah, Underscores What was I saying? Yeah, that was another really good show that I did. I mean, we had spent a lot of time, tried a lot of different foods and stuff in New Orleans. So those are just some like really cool cities that I went or areas that I went to for shows that are related to music. And have you know just given me some really good experiences with music. And that's the sort of stuff I look forward to if I'm playing shows. I like those sort of experiences and making memories and doing stuff alongside musicians that I've known for a long time online. There's like nothing better than that, especially if you've known these musicians a long time, you've heard their music, and then now you're like meeting them for the first time. It's really cool. Like last summer, I played in Chicago. I got to meet Blake Scarron, who was actually in this live stream, who was in the chat. Got to meet a whole bunch of other musicians. That was another great trip because I just, you know, another great experience. You know, got to check out Chicago a little bit, see some really cool stuff. So I'm hoping in the future I can get more shows. I mean, I don't have any booking manager. I just, whoever contacts me for shows, it's kind of how I get them right now. I've been really slacking on that. I'd love to play more shows. I want to get into the singing live and just making it a thing. Yeah, hopefully soon. Hopefully get this thing rolling after this album. If there's a city you live in and you want me to perform, if you know, got connections, let me know. I'd love to play it. Yeah, getting shows is difficult. Yeah, booking yourself, especially when you're not great at networking, is also difficult. But yeah. Anyways, guys, you guys are hanging out in here for a long time, and I appreciate it. I appreciate all of you guys chilling in here. This is really cool. What was someone had asked me a question. What was the question you asked me? Someone had asked me a question. Wait a minute. I can't find it now because I can't remember. Oh well. Thought it was something important. Anyways, yeah. Probably not that important. So, yes. What was I gonna say? Yeah, so other shows. Oh, I played in LA last year. That was sick. Played with Good Society. LA was actually also really fun. I got to meet Luca Lush, if you know Luca Lush. Um, yeah, that was another one. LA is a really cool place, especially to visit. I mean, I don't like the traffic and stuff, but that was a cool, definitely. I mean, if you're a musician, that's the place to go if you're going to perform. It's not easy to get shows out there either. And I appreciate you for supporting my music. Any of you guys supporting my music means a lot. Yeah. What happened to Night Owl Collective? Night Owl Collective has hello. Just talking about Night Owl Collective. So, yeah, Night Owl Collective, unfortunately, Johnny, the one who runs it, he kind of fell off the routine of uploading. He just kind of, you know what it was? Honestly, I hate to say, it's the SoundCloud formula was not working for a lot of people anymore. And the SoundCloud formula, the SoundCloud popularity during the time that Night Owl was coming out was what helped them become popular. It launched them into popularity because the community in SoundCloud was way more tight-knit. It was a lot more artists support artists. It wasn't they didn't even have repost chains back then. It was one of those things where it was like the reposts actually did something, and it was before we figured out how to rig the game, right? When you're looking at SoundCloud. And it's the same with any streaming platform. Once it kind of becomes popularized and then everyone kind of gets onto it, it kind of gets flooded. The market gets kind of flooded. So Night Owl had the advantage at the beginning because they had an overwhelming catalog, and that was like never seen before. They had a lot of musicians all at one time, and not only was it just a lot of musicians, it was like out of nowhere Night Owl came out, and they also had all of the musicians repost each song. So it just got to a point where it was like everybody was reposting each other's songs, and then somebody was slightly larger, like more popular, and that would be seen, like whatever song they reposted would be seen by a bunch of other people. So it domino effect and got huge. Night Owl was really big, I would say. I mean, it's a big staple for the type of music that I make, because a lot of those musicians on there, we all started around the same time. We all associated with each other. Um, and that was a really big community for me. That was actually a really, really nice, grounded place for me to be. Um, Same thing with Surreal Recordings, which if you guys go check out Surreal Recordings on SoundCloud, you'll see my old songs on there too. And so, what was I going to say? So yeah, Night Owl, it started falling off the edge because the formula was not working for Johnny anymore as far as the SoundCloud thing. He still hasn't, he wasn't able to figure out the Spotify thing. Nobody really did, especially from SoundCloud. It's such a learning curve, and trying to get an advantage on Spotify was like really difficult. Oh, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for watching the stream, just rambling. So I appreciate you. Yeah, you have a good night. And so, yeah, so Night Owl just had a hard time, sticking with that formula that they had that worked for him with the repost. And then as the repost chain started coming out, it got harder and harder for Night Owl to kind of maintain its popularity as far as that goes. So what ended up happening was Johnny last year, or I think it was 2020, and this COVID didn't help either. But Johnny had the idea of, okay, I'm going to do the same thing that I did with the launch of Night Owl, but I'm going to do it like 5 times larger. I'm going to get so many songs on this compilation, and it's just bound to blow up because I'm going to have all these big musicians, and the SoundCloud algorithm thing, or the thing's going to work for me, just like it did on day one for Night Owl. The problem was this has been years since, Night Owl had put out their first compilation, and the whole SoundCloud music industry had already shifted so much since then. And so that same strategy didn't apply anymore. And Johnny just got overwhelmed, and he realized that, the thing with Night Owl wasn't really going to work. So he kind of fell off the... Oh, Luna Matic, hello. Luna, hello. Oh, she left. Oh, no, you're here. Okay. Hello. Anyways, what was I saying? Yeah, so Night Owl, Night Owl Collective, kind of, phased out, kind of went out. The question was about why Night Owl kind of faded out. Like, why is Night Owl not a thing anymore? It's because Johnny, the one who owns it, he just kind of lost touch with it, and he's busy with his own life, and it's one person running a label. That's a lot of work, and he just didn't have the knowledge to promote further than SoundCloud. So he just didn't really have the ideas to expand from there. He tried working with other people. I think he's trying to work with who did he partner with? People that run Bitbird, the management system going on there. I can't think of it. Anyways, he tried partnering with some other people to help him, release songs, but just kind of fell through. So it's the same thing with Surreal Recordings. Surreal Recordings also fell apart because Tristan, the one who runs it, is only him. He's doing all of it. And I think that's what makes it difficult to run a label, especially if it's an independent label. So, but there's still gems, Those labels are still gems, and they helped us all, turn on to some great music. And honestly, it's why I've gained a good fan base, is because of those compilations. And I kind of wish the SoundCloud thing still worked. If the whole music industry didn't shift the last few years and we still were able to keep like this upward trajectory with SoundCloud, I mean, I would have stuck with that like crazy, But it's difficult to maintain that with SoundCloud now. So, and that's just how it is. Music industry is always going to change. And I think as a musician, it's easy to it's easy to stick with the same strategies that you're used to because you're like, well, it's always worked and it should always work that way. But I think now, or I think all musicians should know that the way that music is going to be released and consumed will always change. So I think we have to, and it's going to change more and more and quicker. I would say we have to accept that music is the way music is going to be processed, the way music is going to be consumed by people is going to change, and it's probably going to happen all the time. It's going to, like, just when you think you're getting the hang of how to release music, something else will show up maybe, and you'll have to relearn it just like everybody else. And sometimes that's going to be a good opportunity, you know. What that mouth do? It's talking. I'm talking right now. I don't know. I'm ranting right now. What that mouth do? Yeah. I'm just ranting about the music industry right now. Oh, wait a minute. Are you still in here, Slicer? Oh yeah, you've been in here the whole time, bud. Thank you. What have been inspired? What have I been inspired by to start my music career? Uh, deadmau5 and Skrillex. Those two artists are why I made music. I listened to deadmau5 and I was like, oh, that's cool. And I watched the YouTube tutorial and I was like, oh, you can make this? You can make this music? That's cool. I started with GarageBand. Yeah. Anyways, what was I going on to? What was I talking about? Night Owl. Yeah. So that's why Night Owl failed. Trying to loop back to that. Night Owl didn't fail. Night Owl is still a gem, but the thing is, I don't think they can expand with the strategy they had. So, yeah. Anyways, guys, it's been a long stream. This has been a lot of fun chatting and ranting, and I'm really glad I got to get this all off my chest again. I love talking about this stuff. I would say for you guys that are in here that are musicians, I would say my biggest advice to you is exactly what I had just said, is to expect the unexpected in the music scene and how you can find your place in it, because you never know. Because you never know how you'll get recognized, because you may get recognized on SoundCloud or on Spotify, but then there may be a whole new streaming platform that's out there, and maybe that shows up as an opportunity, just like TikTok is an opportunity for musicians, which is really strange because I hate TikTok, but you know, I gotta do what I gotta do because I treat it as a business right now, and it's, you know, it's a little wonky of a business, but I treat it like a business because because I don't know, it's important. I want to do well, so I don't know. That's my whole rant, though. Anyways, fam, I know whoever just joined. Sorry, but I'm wrapping it up now. It was really good chatting. It was a lot of fun. I appreciate you guys sticking around all the way through because it's been like 2 hours almost, just about 2 hours, eh? Yeah. I'm gonna upload this later, and you guys can watch it. You guys go subscribe to my YouTube channel, okay? You go on my YouTube channel, you subscribe to it, and that'll help me out. Okay, fam? All right. Well, I'm going to hop off. I hope I answered everyone's questions, most of everyone's questions. And if I missed yours, whatever, I'll get to it the next time I stream. I'll stream next month when the next song comes out. All right? Get ready for the next song. Get ready for the rest of the album. It's going to be cool. And keep streaming my new song, please. Hit the little heart on the song. I can't stress that enough. Just keep listening to it. It all helps. Anyways, love you all. I will talk to you again soon. Okay. Goodbye.